Hello Internet, Cory the Great here. Now, as promised, here is my Activision video, and now I'm just going to continue and unceremoniously bashing down the big gaming publishers here. I'm going to put each and every one of them on the chopping block. I already put two on the chopping block. Next up is Activision. Unfortunately, I had to sharpen my axe for this one because, yeah, I unceremoniously decapitated two of the big publishers so far, and here I am tackling the third one. So let's get started with Activision. I am going to have so much fun with this, and also I apologize in advance if I keep slurring my words during this video because I just got back from visiting the bar. I had to do a little preparation for this one. Even though Activision isn't nearly as bad as Ubisoft or EA, but I needed a couple of drinks. I've got my beer, I've got my Jack Daniel's whiskey. So, let's get started with beheading Activision. Alright, let's go. Okay, now, the big problem I have with Activision, and that's not just me, a lot of people have problems with this with Activision. It's the fact that Activision just keeps ramming their games into the ground. They dig the graves for them, and then they constantly inch the game's way into the ground before blowing the brains out from behind, and then digging, and then putting the dirt on their bodies, and it's just what they do. Okay, first up is the Tony Hawk series. Do any of you remember the Tony Hawk games? Well, I'm not going to say no because I remember them. I remember them fondly. I had a lot of fun with Tony Hawk games. They are awesome. Or they were awesome anyway until they started getting boring. Now, back in the N64 PlayStation 1 era, we've been having a lot of fun with the Tony Hawk games up until Tony Hawk Underground 2. Okay, in my opinion, Tony Hawk's Underground 2 was my favorite game in the series. It had both the classic gameplay plus all these stunts you had to do in the main campaign. You had Bam Margera and Tony Hawk as guest stars. Tony Hawk being a given because it's fucking called Tony Hawk. But past that, the series just got more and more boring until the game series just died. I just burped there. And the point where they died was the Tony Hawk's Ride, which came with a skateboard controller peripheral, which did not work in the slightest. It worked just about as well as an infant in a pen of savage, blood-hungry tigers. And that didn't work at all. I mean, the controller worked like ass, and ass that was exploding with diarrhea. And yeah, and they decided to try their luck with the second game, and it had about the same exact results, so that series just kind of died. That and EA released the Skate series, which had, I guess, had a hand in it, but I hated the Skate series because it was more realistic, and realism does not fit in video games at all, which I will be getting to when I discuss Call of Duty. And yes, I did promise I was going to discuss Call of Duty, and by God, I will discuss Call of Duty because that is Activision's flagship franchise, and it's just about one of the two game franchises that's making them money nowadays. Now, I want to get to the next game franchise that's been rammed into the fucking ground, Guitar Hero. Now, I know a lot of you people have fond memories of Guitar Hero, and I will admit I do too. I loved the games back in the day, before the series got rammed into the ground like a corpse that's trying to be reanimated, but the Activision kind of failed because they don't have a degree in science and they just gave up entirely. And I'll be getting into the whole giving up phase whenever later on in the video towards the end. Now, it started out as like Guitar Hero 1, a couple of years later, Guitar Hero 2, and then got to the whole yearly release thing, and yeah, that's what Activision does more than anyone else. They love their whole yearly release thing, and I know Ubisoft loves it with the whole Assassin's Creed thing, but that's going way off track, okay? And it also got to the point where they had 2 Guitar Hero games in the same fucking year. Guitar Hero Van Halen and Guitar Hero 5. And that was when that was the point when the Guitar Hero franchise just died horribly. That, and of course Rock Band had a hand in it as well, which ironically enough was published by EA. You're starting to see a pattern here. I mean, every time Activision has a game coming out, EA releases a game that just tops it. I mean, I know I talked a lot of shit about EA, but yeah. My God, I can't believe I'm giving props to EA in this video, but God forbid I am. Because I love Rock Band 2. It had an amazing set list. It had a way better set list than most of the Guitar Heroes, or hell, all of the Guitar Heroes, because Guitar Hero can't get Stairway to fucking Heaven. Well, actually, no, Rock Band couldn't either. Nobody can get Stairway to Heaven. That's what pisses me off the most. We got all these Guitar Hero games in, as far as to my knowledge, we can't get Stairway to Heaven. Why can't we get Stairway to Heaven? Get Stairway to Heaven. I want to play Stairway to Heaven on a guitar controller. Oh my God. I want to break my wrist attempting that guitar solo. You know, kind of like the way I broke my wrist while attempting the song Through the Fire and Flames from Dragon Force. And, okay, you know what? I'm done talking about Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero is a thing of the past, obviously. Not like 4 people in the world play it now, those sad fucks. And okay, next up, Call of Duty. Okay, I told you I was going to be doing talking about Call of Duty sooner or later, and I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty now. Now, if you're thinking I'm going to be bashing Call of Duty mercilessly, I'm kind of not, because I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Call of Duty isn't nearly as bad of a game as people think it is. It's not as good as some of the people that are just hopelessly obsessed with it is, but it's not bad, okay? The gameplay works fairly well, the graphics are pretty, but it's just the same goddamn game every fucking year, with very little to no improvements, and I'm getting very thirsty. Hold on one second. Okay, now this is actually pretty fucking funny, because I started out drinking water, then in my last video I started drinking soda, and now I decided to up the ante with beer. Alright, this is starting to get very fucking desperate for me. But back to Call of Duty. Now, the one game that people just seem to be just really angry about is Call of Duty Ghosts, because of the insulting campaign, and it's just how stupid it is. I mean, compare this to Modern Warfare 1. Modern Warfare 1 was awesome. I still like that game. It's among the 2 military shooters that I actually really like. The other one being Spec Ops: The Line. That is the absolute best military shooter of all time, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It is amazing. But yet the thing is, people are still buying the living crap out of the Call of Duty games. But as Tony Hawk series and the Guitar Hero series has proven, it's only a matter of time before the Call of Duty franchise just disappears into obscurity due to oversaturation. Now, there is one other video game franchise I wanted to talk about, and that is the Skylanders franchise. Now, if you don't know what the Skylanders franchise is, I'll give you the skinny. It's kind of like the next generation of Pokémon, if you really want to be that insulting to Pokémon. Now, and also before you ask, I will be continuing on my Pokemon retrospective very soon, so stay tuned for that if you want. Now, the thing with Skylanders is it's got an equally evil and yet ingenious marketing campaign behind it. See, the thing is, it's not like any other video game where you just buy the game, you put it in your console or PC or whatever, and hey, you play a video game. No. You gotta buy these little portal peripheral thing, and also these little figurines, which are like $15 a pop. You just put them in there, and now you get to play the character you put in the little portal thing that you paid $15 for. And the parents back in my parents thought that Pokemon cards were a fucking nightmare for their wallets. No. Skylanders is much fucking worse. And considering the state of the economy our economy is in, it's just that much fucking worse for parents. I mean, little Timmy wants a couple of Skylanders figurines under the Christmas tree, and instead he gets a coloring book. Oh, poor Timmy. Well, thankfully for me, when I was a kid, the economy was in great fucking shape, and so my parents didn't give a fuck if they wanted to buy me Pokemon cards or the next Pokemon game, because if you get a Pokemon game, just stick it in your Game Boy, and then boom, you're playing Pokemon. You don't have to buy any fucking $15 figurines just to play the damn thing. I know I'm getting angry about this, but I am angry, but I also applaud Activision for this, because this is devious as hell, and oh man, it's just so ingenious. And okay, it's evil, sure, but it's also brilliant, and I almost applaud them for that if I wasn't such a fucking cynic, which I fucking am. Now, there's only a few of the franchises that Activision publishes. Now, you must be thinking, what happens to the game franchises that doesn't make Activision enough money to buy several solid gold houses at once? Well, they just shut them down. They don't even think about thinking about how they can improve the franchise to make them more money, or cashola, or moolah, or whatever kind of slang you want to use for money. No, they just shut them down. Like Prototype. Prototype was awesome. You're the super-powered, schizophrenic, homicidal badass that just wants to kill everybody and steal their souls and just kill more people, steal more of their souls because you're a blood-hungry fucking asshole. See, that's awesome. Unfortunately, the Prototype series didn't sell very well. I mean, those games were fun and the first one was up until you fought that tentacle monster that pissed you the fuck off. But no, they just, swept it under the rug and hope that another series can make them more money. And also, you gotta think what will happen to the employees the developers that actually made these games. Well, they just got laid off and give them the pink slip, they move on, maybe work at Home Depot or something because no one else is fucking hiring. And game developer layoffs has been plaguing the game industry lately. I mean, developers have been getting laid off left and right, and people have just got to start to think if game development is something that people want to get into because of all these fucking layoffs. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about, another game, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I fucking love that game. Also published by Activision. It didn't do that well because, when it first launched, it had a crap ton of bugs, which are fixed now, so you can go ahead and download the game off Steam and then search around the internet for the unofficial patch, which you're going to definitely want because otherwise the game is just fucking unplayable. But it's definitely worth the trouble because that game is just fucking awesome. I love Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Download Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines now. That game is awesome. Considering the fact that Twilight is such a big disservice to vampires, Vampire the Masquerade is not. It treats vampires respectfully. It actually... Download the game now. For fuck's sake, please. It is an awesome game, and Activision should totally revitalize the franchise as soon as possible, and without all the corporate bullshit involved, for the fuck of God. God damn it! Okay, so that's about all I wanted to say about Activision. And next up is going to be the three big console companies, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. And of course, I'll be talking about Steam for PC because Steam is about the closest thing you're going to get to PlayStation Network, Xbox Live. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Cory the Great, isn't there Origin or Uplay? Go fuck yourself. So, until next time, goodbye, Internet. Cory the Great out.